Mr. President, it's been over 8 years since we passed a comprehensive energy bill. A lot has changed since then, so I first just want to thank Senators Murkowski and Cantwell for their leadership and hard work. I know both of them worked very hard to find common ground. Senator Murkowski is my chairman of the Interior Department Appropriations Subcommittee, and she's always trying to find a way for us to work together to move that appropriations bill forward. And I think the same thing is very true of Senator Cantwell's very good leadership on the Energy Committee. They both had a very tough job, and they've crafted an energy bill that I believe moves us forward. This legislation isn't perfect, but it is bipartisan, and it's moving us in the right direction. I'm pleased that my bill, the Smart Energy and Water Efficiency Act, was included in this legislation. All too often, treated water is lost. A lot of it is wasted because of leaks and broken pipes. My state and many states have had historic droughts. We need every drop of water we can get. We can't afford leaking pipes. We have to do better, and we can do better. This bill supports federal pilot projects to develop water and energy efficiency technology. We can create a smart grid of technology to detect leaks in pipes even before they happen. This is critical to communities all across our nation. Saving water is saving energy. Treating and transporting water is energy intensive. The more we waste, the more we pay now and later. I also plan to file an amendment that I've been working on with a number of other senators. This amendment, like the House energy bill, authorizes the WaterSense program at EPA. The WaterSense program is a water efficiency. It's about water efficiency, what the Energy Star label is to energy efficiency. Products and services that have earned the WaterSense label have to be at least 20% more efficient without sacrificing performance. It promotes smart water use and helps consumers decide which products are water efficient. By authorizing this valuable program, we will make the WaterSense program permanent and help consumers save water, energy, and money. Mr. President, we face great challenges, and one thing is very clear. Our energy future depends on investment in a clean energy economy. We have to be bold, we have to be innovative, and we have to encourage investment in the kind of creativity and enterprise that changes the world and moves us in the right direction. And so today I'm proposing a new initiative that will help us make those investments: clean energy victory bonds. During the First and Second World Wars, our country faced threats we had never faced before. We rose to the challenge, we gave it everything we had. Everyone contributed. For many, that included investing in victory bonds. They helped pay for the costs of war. $185 billion, over $2 trillion in today's money. Folks lined up to buy those bonds. That is the spirit of the American people, to pull together, and it was true then, and it is true now. Today we face a very different threat, but it also requires us to come together to face our challenges and to fight. National security experts tell us that rising global temperatures are one of our greatest security concerns. 2015 shattered global temperature records that were set just the year before. Climate change threatens agriculture, public health, water resources, and weather patterns. We're already feeling the impacts. In New Mexico, temperatures are rising 50% faster than the global average. Not just this year or last year, but for decades. We've had historic drought. We've had the worst wildfires in our history. The science is clear, the threat is growing, and time is running out. We must act. Governments are working together to reduce emissions, as we saw in Paris last month. The U.S. is leading with commitments from over 140 nations to reduce their emissions. This is providing a major signal in the marketplace and is driving up interest in investing in clean energy. Over the next 5 years, 20 nations will double their renewable energy research to $20 billion. Industry is stepping up to the plate as well, pledging to invest at least $2 billion in clean energy startups. This is progress. This is momentum. Our job now is to keep it going. And investment, public and private, is the key. So, Mr. President, my amendment is very simple. It directs the Secretaries of Treasury and Energy to submit a plan to Congress to develop clean energy victory bonds, bonds that all Americans could invest in. These bonds would raise up to $50 billion. That money could leverage up to $150 billion to invest in clean energy technology and would create over 1 million new jobs. People across the country want to do their part. They want to invest in a clean energy future and to help fight climate change. But most of them can't afford clean energy mutual funds. With $1,000 or $5,000 minimums, many can't afford $25 or $50. We must invest in jobs and healthier communities. Clean energy victory bonds will provide that opportunity. We can do this without any new taxes on individuals or businesses. Bonds are completely voluntary, and they're an opportunity for ordinary Americans who see the challenge and who want to do something about it. Here's how it works. Like war bonds, clean energy victory bonds would be U.S. Treasury bonds, backed by the full faith and credit of the United States government. Investors would earn back their full investment plus interest that comes from energy savings to the government and loan repayments for solid projects. The investment would make a critical difference in our energy future. I urge my colleagues to support this effort. We face a great challenge, and we have a great opportunity. Now is the time for action. The American people want to pitch in and do what they can to fight global warming and to help ensure that the United States leads the world in the clean energy economy. Support for this amendment is growing with groups like the American Sustainable Business Council and Green America. Americans are already asking where they can purchase these bonds. Mr. President, this energy bill is a good step, but it is a modest step. Our energy and climate challenges demand much more. But again, I want to thank Chairman Murkowski and Ranking Member Cantwell. They have managed to move a bipartisan bill and keep the process on track. I urge them to accept my amendment and to further strengthen this bill. And I yield the floor.